Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please take the opportunity to like and subscribe if you like what you see here. And if you're back, thank you so much for the support. I always appreciate you coming back and seeing what's new. This week, I am going to be working on this guy behind me. This is a vintage armoire. It had little labels on it for pajamas and handkerchiefs, and so this is really old. I love it. And it had a little bottom on it that I've already removed, so unfortunately you're not seeing a complete before picture, but I will show you some of those photos that I have a little bit later. I have started to take the hardware off, and then I realized, hey, I want to make a video about this. So this week I'm going to try and make a diamond from the rough out of this guy, so stay tuned, and I'm going to show you some cleaning on high speed because nobody really wants to watch an hour of cleaning. But that's what I'm going to show you first, and then we're going to get into the fun part where I make this steampunk. All right, here she is after I cleaned it all up. So I used a degreaser TSP cleaner. You can get that from any kind of hardware store, just TSP cleaner. I wanted to show you this piece up close before I get out the sander. This is the top. It's got some tape residue. It's also got some lifting in the veneer. There it is, yes, right here. Here's the inside. It's kind of a rough wood. On this side, it looks like a kiddo scribbled in it. So there's some marker. Obviously, there's no floor. I have already actually, I took the old floor out, which was warping, and cut a new piece of wood. This was just in my scrap pile. It's a little piece of pressboard, 1/4 inch thick, and it is exactly the same thing that the previous floor was. I'm also going to put some legs on this, so this will not be sitting on the ground. I've already taken off all the hardware. It had some Bakelite handles, and I know that there are some people who will absolutely lose their minds about this kind of hardware. I don't like it at all. So maybe I'll sell it online. And then on the inside, all of the little shelves had these little plastic labels that I just thought was super cute. Pajamas. Prep work is done, and I'm really going the easy way on this. I'm making this project very, very simple on myself. What I'm going to do on the inside, as you can see, none of this is like super smoothed out or doesn't have those little pigtails. I'm going to be wallpapering in here, so it really didn't matter. It doesn't have to be pretty. So I just want to get a base coat down using an all-in-one paint that has a bit of a top coat and a primer in it. Right on top, I took all of the veneer and, I'm sorry, all the varnish. I keep wanting to use those words interchangeably. They don't mean the same thing. The veneer on here was a little thin. I have a couple of spots of where the veneer peeled up altogether, so I just did a bit of wood filler on there. You may remember when I first talked about what I was going to be doing here, I said I wasn't worried about all these little cracks, and I could fight it. I could peel off all of the old veneer. I could repair it for days or hours or whatever. Or, and hear me out, I could just paint over it. I'm going to add some texture additive, and I'm going to go over it on my second coat with the texture additive. And that is going to solve all of my problems. Because this whole concept is going to be steampunk, that makes me have a little bit more latitude with the texture that I'm putting on here. I want it to be kind of, you know, rugged, and I think texture is going to add to the overall look. If I wanted a completely smooth finish, then frankly, I picked the wrong piece. Normally, I would spend hours prepping, sometimes days, and I did not have to do that. You see, I'm also going right over the hardware. You see how much faster it goes when you don't have so much to worry about? So I wanted to try a technique that I've never tried before, and why not? I'd love to do brand new things in front of the camera for an audience to see me fail or succeed wildly, and I don't know which. And so I just added a bunch of water to it and stirred it around with my brush, and I'm just going to try and do a paint wash. I've never done this. I've seen it a million times. I know how it's supposed to work. Let's see if I can make it work. Step one is work in small sections, so I can't go crazy. You put it on about a 50-50 mix with the color and water, and then you just paint it on. And then you wipe it right back off. This, I did 3 total coats of that paint wash, and I did leave it on just a little bit longer. I did not dilute it any further, but the paint wash did work. So this has not lost its wood grain that you can see through the paint, and that's what I was going for. This floor is ready to go and ready to attach. I want to paper the back and the sides, and doing it flat is going to be a whole lot easier than trying to do it up and down. Doing it on a vertical surface is always difficult. There's cobwebs right there. Change your perspective, change your perspective, change your perspective. If I hadn't laid this down on its back, I would not have seen that there are still cobwebs, even though I vacuumed in here. We're going to start papering and then get the floor installed. This is peel and stick, and it is the best thing that I've ever found for putting on a background. I have used in the past pre-pasted wallpaper, and that is so messy and so slimy. It's kind of gross. When I lay it next to this, it picks up green, which is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. I'm going to basically wallpaper inside this entire thing, so when you open it up, it's got the green edges and it's got a nice wallpapered finishing on all the other surfaces. I'm going to start laying the paper in the sides because now this has been painted and dried sufficiently that I can move on to the next piece. Sorry, I keep cutting my head off. Hi. What I did was measure the inside panel and then cut my wallpaper to length because I need 3 of these lengths, but each panel is a different width, so I have to keep that in mind too. All right, I've got both of these boards sanded on all sides, and this one I painted so that it would have the same green tone going on the inside before I attach it, so I don't have to try and paint while the paper is already down. And I also marked it left and right because you could just keep going like this and trying to figure it out forever, like I've done several times, so I finally just marked it. And I'm going to staple in or nail in this side, the centerpiece, and this side, because I'm going to continue like flipping this on its sides and moving it around, and the more I do that without stability on the bottom, the more likely I could tweak it. And you see what I did? I put it in backwards. Oh my God. Ah. Okay, not moving. That was my goal. All is well. All right, we are back into, oh gosh, I want to say this is a couple of days later from the last time I filmed anything. And I just wanted to show you kind of where we're at. I tried not to go too far without filming what I'm doing. I did go through and pick out all my hardware options that I wanted to elevate this up, and I was really excited about the first one when I opened it up. because it was so hardcore, heavy duty, really structurally sound, and I was stoked about it. It's just an example of it. They just looked very industrial, which is what I liked. And here is what I envisioned as the base. I wanted it to be sturdy, and I wanted it to be taller. I didn't want it to be quite this tall. The second one that I opened up is exactly what I wanted. And look at that. So smooth. Just goes right on there. It was half the price. There's no downside. So I think I've caught you up on everything I did off camera. So I've laid the doors out, and I've made sure that they are nice and level at the bottom. I already have my hardware picked out, my beautiful Undead Hardware drop pulls. So they're the green glass. I think, since I'm not doing the double handle where it has 2 screws, top and bottom, those Bakelite ones that I didn't like, I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the bottom pull, and I'm going to wood fill the top. Because the top ones, I feel like if you're reaching up here to pull and it's elevated on legs, you're more likely to tip it over on yourself. I could also completely start over and drill a new hole, but I don't think I want to go that far. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. Here we are the next day, and everything is dry. You can see on the first half that I did in the beginning, it's very, very smooth. Just a couple of tiny little wrinklings. And then as I went further over to the left, it's a little bit more wrinkly. And I have not yet added another coat, which will wet them again, and I can try and re-stick them. But the more you pull the paper as you're laying it down, the more the potential for the paper to warp and wrinkle, which is what it did. We got everything dried, but if this were to separate at all, it would tear the paper. So I want to go through with my razor blade and cut off just where the door will open. And now I don't have to worry that I'm going to come in and accidentally kick it or whatever and rip it apart.
Oh, they got little feet for the feet. It's interesting that they can put on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had not seen that either. Well, that's all she wrote for this one. This is my diamond from the rough. What do you think? I think she came out beautifully. I'm really, really happy with the final result. This was definitely a labor of love, doing all of the mold pouring and painting and adhering and so on. But other than that, piece of cake, just a lot of fun. So please, if you enjoy this content, come back and see my other videos. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all the stuff that you're supposed to do so that YouTube knows that I exist. Thank you for watching, and I will see you when I get back from my Mexican vacation, which should be loads of fun with this on. Bye!